embarked on a journey to learn about the history of Buganda Kingdom, which is in the heart of Kampala, and what happened at their king's palace in Mengo, which was attacked by Obote and his army, led by Idi Amin, with an aim to overthrow the king and take over power. And this was my story.
We're at the Kabaka's palace. I just got here, and for nationals you pay 5,000, which is $3, and for internationals you pay $10. Yeah, and I'm gonna be moving around and show you guys what's happening here and what the history of this place. Hopefully we learn a lot today, and I have my guide, but it's not going to be on the camera. It's a law here, so yeah, I'm gonna get more information and give you guys what I get.
This hill was turned into palace grounds in 1885. That was by King Mwanga. Mwanga was the 31st king of Buganda. So after the death of his father, Mutesa I, in 1884, Mwanga was made king. He inherited the throne. His first palace was at Masaja, but he didn't like the surroundings. And then in 1885, he decided to establish this palace. Yeah. So Mwanga lived on this hill from 1885 up to 1897. And that was when he was arrested by the British after he tried to fight against them. In 1893, he had signed an agreement with them accepting Buganda Kingdom to become a British protectorate. So he did not realize that at some point they'll have to reduce his powers as king. When they did so, he was so disappointed and angry. Then he began fighting them. But since he didn't have enough weapons, he lost the battle. Then he was arrested and taken to the Seychelles Islands in the Indian Ocean, where he later died in 1903. Now, before Mwanga came to this hill, it was occupied by people who used to make the king's medicine, herbal medicine. And these are people from the Hippopotamus clan, Vubu clan. So in our traditions, each clan has got a different role that they play for the king. And the people from the Hippopotamus clan used to make the king's herbal medicine. On these grounds here, they had grinding stones. Now we are talking about the time before the king came here. So they had grinding stones which they could use to grind these herbs. And in the Luganda language, the grinding stones are the ones that we call mango. So it was from the grinding stones that this hill gained a name.
The Kabaka, when he's going to the courts, he passes through here, all the way like this. Road goes up to the hill up there. There are 56 Buganda clans, and all the clan sculptures go all through up to the courts up there.
The first king that lived on this hill was Mwanga, who lived here up to 1897. Then he was arrested by the British, and then he was succeeded by his son Daudichwa. So Daudichwa was the second king to live on this hill. So Daudichwa lived here up 1939. That was when he passed away. And then he was succeeded by his son Mutesa II, and he was the last king to live on this hill. So for Mutesa II occupied the Mengo Hill up to 1966, and that was when this hill was attacked by the soldiers of Obote, led by Idi Amin. So their intention was to get rid of the king after the disagreements that he had with Obote. So the king managed to escape and ran into exile in England, where he later died in 1969. He died in 1969. Then after Obote having taken over, he turned the Mengo Hill into a military base, and it was occupied by the military up to 1997.
I guess we're leaving the palace, and we're going to the car of Kabaka Mutesa. The second or the first?
The second.
The second.
The first one never got a chance to see
Yeah,
a car.
he had a Rolls Royce, I think 2 Rolls Royces and
4 Rolls Royces.
4 Rolls Royces. And and Daimlers and Cadillacs and Chevrolets. Woo! Yeah, so we're going to the car. There was one that was in the museum, and it was given back to the Kabaka, to the Kingdom of Buganda for refurbishing and fixing, and they fixed it, so it's back to the Kabaka here. Who's the Kabaka right now? Kabaka Mwenda Mutebi.
The big one that you see here was a Daimler Limo, model 1962. The Daimler company was located in Coventry, England, but the company was sold off to the Germans, and then it was incorporated with Mercedes-Benz. So the Daimler company doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, so this was a Daimler, and for it was one of those that survived being destroyed when this hill was attacked, because by the time the hill was attacked, it was not on the ground. It had been taken somewhere in Kampala for some servicing, and then it was abandoned since the owner had been ousted, and then it was further destroyed by time and weather. That's why it looks like this. Then we'll look critically under the Daimler. There is another car. That's you can see that frame. That was the Cadillac, which is American. So the Cadillac was completely destroyed when the hill was attacked. Then when you take a closer look at this, still has the symbol of the Rolls Royce. So the Rolls Royce was also completely destroyed. So here we have three different cars: Rolls Royce, then Cadillac under, and then the Daimler.
We just left the Cadillac and the Rolls Royce parts up here. We're going to the Idi Amin Torture Chambers, but at the gate right there is the gun from the barracks from Idi Amin that they used for protection, and probably used to destroy this palace as well. But yes, so far it's going great. Learning a lot. Yeah, let's move and see what happened. On the walls is like bullets, like the gaps. The shooting that was going on here was crazy. Idi Amin and Obote doing their thing. Look. We're here at the Idi Amin Armory Torture Chambers.
This started as an armory. As an armory. It was constructed from 1971 to 72. The construction was done by the Israelis because they used to do a lot of construction with the Uganda government. They also used to train the army and supply it with weapons. So it was Idi Amin that called them here to have this constructed. He then stored his weapons here for 8 months, and after those months was when he had this idea of attacking Tanzania. So he had already heard that Obote was in Tanzania, so he thought that he was getting military assistance to fight back. So Idi Amin took away all the weapons that were being kept here so that he can prepare for war against Obote. Then during the preparations, he began arresting all those people that were suspected to be supporters of Obote, and still for whoever seemed to be a political threat. A lot of this could be brought into this place and was turned into a prison and a place of torture. Now this had a strong metal door at the entrance, and it could be electrified. Then inside there, whenever it rained, this place could be flooded by water up to the level where you see that dark green stripe on the ground. Then during the dry seasons, the soldiers could use trucks to carry water from the King's Lake and then bring it to this place. And this water could also be electrified. Then whenever they brought prisoners here, they could first switch off the power from outside and force them to walk through the water. Then they could first torture them using this electricity by switching on and off, trying to extract information from the prisoners. Then after those minutes, they could switch off and force them to climb into the 5 rooms on the left. And these are the ones that worked as the prison cells. So they had sliding doors on the outside, though all the doors, together with the one at the entrance, were broken away by the last group of soldiers on this hill. Then inside the rooms, the soldiers could pack many prisoners. They could have between 80 to 120 in just a room. And because of the limited space, and you can also see that this whole thing is underground, there are no ventilators or windows, so the aeration was also limited. These people could run out of oxygen and many could suffocate to death. And then after some few days, others could starve to death because here they could not feed them with anything. Then the bodies could be carried on the trucks and dropped on the roadsides, a few of them into the King's Lake in the valley, and then many others into the neighboring swamps. They could be eaten up by different animals and birds. Then Idi Amin used this as a torture chamber for 6 years, and he's said to have killed an estimated number of about 7,000 people.
Alright guys, we just left the torture chambers, and what I heard was crazy and terrifying. This was used by Obote and Idi Amin, and it was ended in 1985 after the last reign of Obote. And we just got to see what was happening, the torturing and suffocation and all that, and the history about this. And those were the bad days of Uganda. Hopefully there's no reign that happens like that again, and there's smooth transition of power in Uganda next time. Now I'm walking down here where Idi Amin and the soldiers of Obote came through to the palace to come and attack. Guys, this is where the first bullet of the war started between the Kabaka, Mutesa, and Obote, who was the Prime Minister of Uganda. This is where we used to go for rally. My dad used to bring me to go rally here. The Kabaka allowed the Federation of Motorsport Uganda to come and do like rally sports here, rally cars here, which mostly used to be the Pearl of Africa Uganda rally that used to come here. Was a big venue here with a hill up there. We used to go in the Matoke plantations up there on the hill and watch all the cars and stuff, so it has a great memories here as well. I've learned a lot today about the Kabaka Palace, the kings who were here, and the reign that happened here, the war, and the Cadillac, and the Rolls Royces that the Kabaka had. This is the end of the video. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Bye.